Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Jim Starlin's Breed, issue number 4 by Bravura Malibu. And yeah, let's dive in. So first of all, we see Raymond kicking criminals' asses, or something like that. And we see here, I thought she's dead, but she's unconscious. And because these guys here, I don't know, rob her or wanted to rob her, attack her, do other things to her, I'm not sure. Raymond is here and they're regretting it. And it's not, a real secret that I really, really, really love Jim Starlin's art. I try to get every book that he's put out, although it's probably impossible because I don't know what he made before this or after this. Yeah, I know his Marvel work, I know a couple indie books, and this is also, an indie book, I believe, if you can call it that. Yeah, great stuff. Anyway, so this is in the 70s, by the way. I just love this whole, vibe and this clothes here. And these criminals says, "Hey, who's this kung fu dude? Don't matter. Only one of him and mess of us. Waste him." And then he transforms him into, his demon creature. And then this happens. He wastes everybody. Rachel is here too, and it seems that they are, I don't know, picking up groceries, and they are probably stumble upon this criminal act. And Raymond says, "Hey, maybe I ought to see about getting the girl to a hospital. Leave her. All she took was a little bump on the head." Wait, what? So you're going to leave her with these criminals still around her? I don't know that. Maybe she has some other problems. Maybe you should take her away, to safety. But it doesn't matter. And also some 70s slang, I guess. Well, it's not real. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Because she says, "You're not actually one of the straights. So why give a shit about them? I'm half human, so are you." Is that how you say it? One of them straights? Is that a slang for something? I don't know. It's just what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you are just straight, right? Not being gay and etc. I don't think that's what it means in the context of this whole situation. But Rachel also says, "But if normal folks ever really catch on to your existence, they do their damnedest to see you dead," which is really weird. I mean, you just, I don't know, showed yourself to the world here as well, kicking everybody's asses, and you're just walking here in the open. He is just a shirtless dude, but you look like, I don't know, the Grim Reaper. Really weird. So they're going back to this place called Elsewhere, their sanctuary, and I believe this is also some kind of a nexus to other, not sure if it's other time periods, but I believe other places. And there's also people wandering in and out. And he says, "Whoa, who is that?" A wayfarer. He comes around every so often. What he exactly is, I don't know. Okay, so there's, I don't know, ghosts, creatures, demons, just also roaming around here. Very fascinating. Also, this staff here, isn't this the staff that Adam Warlock uses when his, in his early carnations? Could be wrong, but really looks like it. I have to look that up. Anyway, so they're going back to the well again, and they talk, and there's he touches the well, and there is this girl, and somehow he has some kind of a connection with her. He doesn't know who she is, where she came from. He says, "Hey, Rachel, it's the teenage girl again. Still says she's too young for you." But seriously, why does she keep appearing to me in the waters? Complete stranger to me. Which means she's probably linked to you somehow in the future. Okay, and so, yeah, that's probably coming in the next couple of issues. Still find it hard to believe. He says, "Wonder how this kid and I connected. Will be connected. Whatever. What else have you to show me today?" So this is some kind of a, well, it's not really a wishing well, but more, I don't know, just a well of that can show events, past, present, and future, I guess, think. And then they show somewhere in Texas in a hospital. And there's a guy getting keys, getting, you know, his equipment, and he's a janitor, and he looks through his eyes. And then he sees this woman. But before we go here, I wanted to show you this. So they see something in the water, but I really like that they flipped it, you know, because when it comes to perspective, these two are looking from these sides, looking in. So it's, yeah, of course you see it, you know, upside down. I mean, in our vision, from our perspective, I mean. Yeah, instead of flipping around and then so that we can see what's going on. Now, small details, I like that. Raymond looks in and he says, hey, that's my mother, my real mother, she's alive. He says, yeah, just wait and see. So she's sitting there, her eyes getting bigger and bigger, starts to cry, and then she's screaming. And this guy is, you know, try to calm her down, I guess. And she just, you know, removes the image and she says, that's enough for me. Your mom silently screams throughout the night, every night. You know this and along, you know this all along and you don't tell me? She said it was not my place to tell you. But then another image shows up. And because this is what Rachel is seeing. He is breed. And then he thinks about his mother. Then we go to his, I don't know, his adopted father here on the funeral. And he talks about Raymond and, you know, what's happened to him. And then they go to Paris. And he says, I did it, I'm invisible. And Rachel says, no, you are not invisible. And he still walks on with this tank top clothes all the time. And she says, you've finally got the knack of using your willpower to keep people from seeing you. Sounds like being invisible to me. So they are going back because, well, basically Rachel is training him for what's to come. And this, you know, a year ago since the last issue. And he's getting stronger and stronger and more, you know, attuned to his powers. So Raymond wants to be alone for a while because of what's happened. And then Rachel sees this guy again, but then in a bar. She says, you again. I don't know why you keep showing up to me in the waters, but I'm ready for you. And she has a sword here. So in the beginning, I believe she was an evil character because of her, you know, her looks. Because Jim Starlin mostly or always depict people that look like this as villains. That's his shtick, you know, just this clear difference between a good guy and a bad guy. So in this case, I think she's a good guy, good girl. Could be wrong, maybe there's a couple issues to go, but you know, so far she is really trying to help Raymond here. Okay, moving on. Again, looks cool. Then we go to Raymond's surrogate father or adopted father again, and he's now part of the whole Project Night Raiders that, you know, investigate demon activity, since he know that, you know, Raymond is, you know, there's something wrong with Raymond. And he saw some, you know, demons. So these guys here are here with the bar, and he says, well, there's a lot of dead people inside, but it's in a single, you know, it's just a single guy in broad daylight who just comes here and cutting people up with some kind of a sword, and he just paint the whole place with his own blood. So they're going in, and he says, yeah, a single man in broad daylight, according to witnesses. And he says, man, what's the whole, this is getting weirder and weirder. What's going on? Okay, so nice. More plots. And then we have this janitor. I thought Raymond's mother was afraid of him, but it seems that she's taking care of her for a very long time. Raymond is thinking in this monster form. And he stands up, comes down, changes back into his human form, grabs his clothes, and Rachel says, hey, where are you going? I'm going to go on a little trip. to Texas, she says. Yeah, right the first way. She says, is this a good idea? While she's smoking. And she says, all I want to hear from you is which doorway out of this burg will get me closest to where I'm heading. Okay, he's very determined to see his mother. So that's exactly what he's going to do. He says, hey, and he comes to the hospital and she says, can I help you with something? Says the nurse. She says, yeah, I'm here to see Miss Davril. And then the janitor says, well, then you'll be the first visitor she had in more than a decade, son. And he says, well, I'm a son, and he verifies it, and it's all correct. So the janitor took where she is, and he explains that she is, being taken care of for more than 12 years. That's before he came here. And she's just lying there in a coma, or if you can call it a coma, and she is just the way she is right now, screaming every night, etc. And he says, the horrors and the fear get a powerful grip on her every night. They must be frightening nightmares she has. Not nightmares, memories. He said, they figure there's any chance of her snapping out of it? No. Then I'd like to have some time with her. Sure, I understand. So the janitor goes away. And then we have a very gripping scene here, in my opinion. Raymond stands over her and he says, hi, my name is Raymond Stoner. I'm your son. And he's waiting for a reaction that he's not going to get. He says, I'm sorry, I never came to visit you before this. I had no idea what you have gone through or going through. Didn't know you were here. Hell, I didn't even know if you were still alive. Just never thought. Now that I am here, what can I do? Next to nothing. And you see this whole expressions of, I don't know, sorrow, pain, regret. And then he does this. He says, I can give you back all the years you lost, all the love that was denied to you. You're my mother. I'm not God and even completely human, but I can't save you. I'm sorry. There's only one thing I can do for you. I can take away the nightmares. Now, that was really intense for me. Because this is, I believe, the first time I've seen a scene like this in an American comic. And then, I mean, as an act of mercy, if you will, instead of, really killing people with murderous intent. And you see here his body language, his pain is flowing out, and you can see here as well. And then this is probably the most gripping, the most powerful scene in this whole comic. And the whole perspective here as well, with the cross here, raining outside in the dark, the whole, instead of making a small panel and just leave it there, no, make a splash page, and then this whole room, this whole emptiness here, like you are looking right into this very heart-gripping or heartfelt scene. Yeah, I was blown away, man. I didn't expect this at all. And then he walks away with the tears in his eyes, never to be seen again in this hospital or this, particular place. Great stuff. Really great stuff. Man, very powerful too. When I thought this, this is more like an action comic and with demons and monsters, and according to this cover, I thought, yeah, there's going to be some gruesome action. Oh, it was not the case. This is actually way better. This is something I've never seen before, and that surprised me. So that's why I'm giving this a thumbs up. And yeah, on to the next one, guys. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.